Hi everyone, this is OC from Digital Adventures. Got another great project for you today. This one is all about timekeeping. So what we're going to learn how to do is we're going to learn how to do a countdown timer and a count up, and we're also going to learn how to change levels based on those timer values. So let me click on full screen, click on the green flag and show you how this works. So on the left side, what we have is a timer counting down. Every 10 seconds, what it's going to do is it's going to change that level down by 1. We also have a timer that's counting up by 10, and that level is going to go up by 1 every time. And so when you're making a video game or when you're making any project, sometimes you have a need to keep track of variables, time being one of the most important ones. So let's go ahead and see how this works. So I'm going to stop this here. I'm going to exit out of here. I'm going to get rid of this existing code. And what you see here is that we've already created a couple variables. We have a level down variable, we have a level up variable, we have a timer down, and we have a timer up variable. So let's go ahead and build this out. So what we're going to do is we're going to get 2 when green flag clicked. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to initialize our variables. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get a couple of sets. And so the first set that we're going to get is, let's start off with the one for timer down and level down. So we're going to say we want timer down to initially start at 10. And we want level down to start at 10 as well. And then for timer up, we want this to start at 0. And for level up, we want it to also start at 0. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to grab ourselves a forever loop from control. And grab ourselves one of these here, one of these here. And then what we're going to do is we want to make sure that we're changing the variables that we're paying attention to. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into variables. We're going to get ourselves 2 change blocks. And for the first one, what we're going to do is we're going to change timer down. So we want to change timer down by -1. And we want to change timer up by a +1. Then what we want to do is we want to add a wait block, because when you're doing a forever loop, the things execute almost instantaneously. So we want to make sure that we can actually see the change. So we're going to add a wait block to each of these. It's going to be 1 second. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves a couple of if-then conditional statements. And what we want to do is we want to check for a condition to be met. So we're going to get ourselves 2 equal operators. We're going to pop those in here. And the thing that we want to be checking for is our timer up and our timer down values. So we're going to say timer down, and then we're going to say timer up. And so we want to know whether or not our timer down is equal to 0, and we want to know whether or not our timer up is equal to 10. And then if this is met, what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to reset our timer down to be equal to 0. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change our level down by a -1. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So what we're going to do is we're going to set timer up to be equal to 0. Actually, sorry, we need to set timer down, reset that to 10. And then we're going to set timer up to 0. And what we're going to do is we're going to change level up by 1. And what that should do is that should allow us to do as we saw before. So let's click on full screen. Let's make sure this is working properly. So we see timer down started at 10. It's counting down. It's going to, once it hits 0, level down is going to decrement. And then we see the timer up, as it gets to 10, the level changes. And so like I said before, this is a great way for us to track the time variable. We can either have it increment or decrement, and we can also have it where we can change our levels in a game. So we hope you're enjoying these projects. If you do, give us a like, a comment, or a subscribe, and we hope to see you back for the next one. Thank you so much.